Hello, friends, and welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to be learning about a new breathing exercise that will build off of the last one we did together. Remember, a couple weeks ago, we did an exercise where you guys listened to all the sounds around you for 30 seconds. Well, that helped our brains practice focusing and listening mindfully. Today we're going to be doing a slightly different exercise that also has our brains listen carefully and focus while calmly breathing. Breathing is a great way to help our brains calm down when they are feeling alerted to something they don't need to be. So let's get started. First things first, we need to learn another fun fact about our brain. Our brains are made up of these things called neurons. And they look like this. Neurons are like the wires that make up a computer. They make up our whole brain, and they send signals from one part to the other. And those signals, the more they are used, the stronger they get. They're the messengers in our brain. So let me show you kind of what they look like. You don't have to remember this, but it's kind of interesting to know to help us understand what's going on. This is called the nucleus of your neuron. It is the center of the neuron, the part that tells the rest of it what to do. Oops. And then that is connected with an axon right here. And the messages start out here in the nucleus. They're received by these little dendrites here. So a message gets sent from somewhere over here, gets sent to a dendrite. The dendrite grabs onto it, pulls it into the nucleus. The nucleus decides, okay, I want to do something with this, sends it through the axon to these little terminals over here, and these terminals connect to another neuron's dendrites. So if you picture that with your hands, I love using hand models, as you guys know. This part right here is the nucleus with the dendrites coming off the side. Let's use this hand. So these are your dendrites. They're receiving messages, right? Messages from the rest of your brain. They go into the nucleus. The nucleus decides what it wants to do with them and where they need to go. They shoot all the way down your axon or your arm right here and come out the other end where there's other axon terminals and yet another neuron that receives them. The message goes in, back down your arm and out the other side to another one. And this continues until the message goes to where it needs to go. The more this happens, the stronger those connections get. And that is why we need to practice all of these skills that we're learning to strengthen those connections on the neurons in our brains. So the more we practice being calm by breathing calmly and doing these exercises together, the better we get at it. So let's learn how to do it. Here's our warm-up for today. I want you guys first to get into your Yeti bodies. Sit crisscross applesauce if you can. If you can't, just have your feet flat on the floor and hands in your lap. Close your eyes if you can. If you would prefer not to, just look down at your hands. Okay. This will help your brains think more clearly. Listen as I read the directions. Sit down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes or look down at your hands. Pay attention to your breathing. Take calm, slow breaths. Gently breathing in your nose. Then let go of each breath. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Picture the air coming into your body and going out again. If your mind tries to think of other things, bring your attention back to your breath. Feel your stomach rising and falling. Keep your belly soft and relaxed. Open your eyes slowly and take another slow, deep breath. with open eyes. Okay, that was our warm-up calming exercise. How did you feel as you breathed in and out? What did you notice in your body and about your breathing as we continued with that exercise? How did you keep your mind focused on your breathing? I noticed that as I was reading this and breathing, my breathing got slower and deeper, and my body felt calmer. I kept my mind focused on my breathing by reading the notes, but I bet it was a little harder for you guys. Sometimes it's hard to keep our minds focused on one thing when there's so much else going on around us. And that's okay. That's why we practice this every day, and that's why we're learning something new today. Okay, we're going to do the new exercise now, and I'm going to start by playing an instrument for you. It's just a digital piano, but when I'm in school, I have a little bell that kind of looks like this. It's just this one piece, though, one little note, and it makes a sound kind of like a piano. So when I'm in school, I will use that for this exercise, but for now, I'm going to use a digital piano. Let's listen. Listen carefully to this note. What did you hear? What does the instrument sound like? Yes, it sounds like a piano, but what else might that sound like? Kind of sounds like wind chimes. What do you think? Could sound like a lot of things, huh? I think I've heard a bird that sounds like that before. Anyways, I will use this sound to begin and end our exercise. And we'll do this exercise together. Let's practice listening to the sound for as long as it lasts. Find your Yeti bodies. Sit up straight. Close your eyes or look down at your hands. Have your body be still. Try to focus on the sound until you can no longer hear it. When the sound has faded completely, you may open your eyes or look up. Ready? I hope you guys could hear that. Let me try it one more time. Ready? Listen for as long as you can. Yeah. So when I'm in person, you'll be able to hear it a little longer than this one lasts, but it can be challenging to pay attention to that sound the whole time. Let's move to the next part of our lesson here. Was it difficult to keep listening? Not just because it's kind of hard to hear over video, but do you think it was hard to keep your brain focused on that? Yeah, it's because you guys haven't built up those neuron messengers yet. Those aren't strong enough connections to make it easy for you to focus on that sound. But the more we do it, the better you'll get, and we'll always keep practicing. When I see you guys, we'll practice this more. How did you stay focused on listening? Did you find it hard? Were there some things that were going on around you or in your brain that distracted your listening? Me too, and that's okay. Let's do it one more time. Listen carefully. Be aware of your body. Were your shoulders relaxed when you were listening? Were your hands still? Feel what's happening in your body right now. Do you feel restless? Are you calm? Let's move on. Okay, here's the activity. You guys just practiced doing a simpler version of it. We did a little warm-up. Let's find our Yeti bodies again in case we got some wiggles and we moved around. Sit crisscross applesauce or sit up straight with your feet on the floor, hands in your lap or on your legs, body and neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Eyes can be closed or your hands can look down at your lap. Here's your instructions, guys. Keep your eyes open for now so you can see. You're going to first listen for the tone. I'm going to play the tone. Then you're going to listen carefully to the tone until it stops. When you hear the tone stop, when you can't hear it anymore, you will start paying attention to your breath instead. Pay attention to how your breath feels as it moves into your body, into your lungs, and back out. Keep your eyes closed for this time and continue listening until I play the tone again. And listen again until you can't hear it anymore. But as you're listening the second time, I want you to continue to focus on your breathing. Then when you can't hear it anymore the second time, open your eyes. Let's go through these directions one more time. I'm going to play a tone. You're going to listen carefully to that tone until you can't hear it anymore. When you can't hear it anymore, focus on your breathing. Pay attention to how your breath feels as it moves in and out of your body. Then I will play the tone again. You will listen again and breathe and pay attention to both things. When the sound stops, the second time, open your eyes. Are you ready? Here we go. Get in your Yeti bodies and listen for the first tone. Okay, most of your eyes should be open now. How did that feel? Was it a little weird? Yeah, and that's okay. It was our first try. We're going to practice this again one more time, okay? We're going to listen for the tone. Listen until you can't hear it anymore. And then start paying attention to your breathing. Focus on just your breathing. If you notice other sounds, other distractions, other thoughts and hububbles, try to bring your focus back to your breath. It's okay if you have hububbles. What we need to do is practice focusing away from the hububbles and back on our task, which right now is listening and breathing. Then you will listen to the second tone with your eyes still closed. Continue to listen and breathe. And then when you can't hear it anymore the second time, you will open your eyes. Got it? Okay, second practice. Here we go. Okay. Many of us should have our eyes back open now. Second practice a little bit easier? Right. Okay. What did you think was happening, or what do you think was happening in your brain during that breathing exercise? Did you notice that your thoughts and the hububbles were popping up? That's okay if they did. That means that we are practicing and learning and strengthening those connections. What do you think each part of your brain was doing? Remember, your PFC, this part here, is the wise leader and helps you make good choices. Do you think it was helping you focus on the sounds? Yeah, I bet it was. Your amygdala is your security guard and alerts you to danger. I bet your amygdala was feeling calm when you were listening and breathing. And last, your hippocampus is your memory saver. It helps you remember. What do you think your hippocampus was doing during this exercise? I bet it was helping you remember the practice of staying calm and focusing on your breathing and the sound. So I bet next time I play that sound, your brain will jump into calm mode a little bit faster than it did this time. That is thanks to your hippocampus. Okay, guys, we will practice this again together in many of my other lessons. It's something I want to help you practice a lot. You can do it on your own, too. It will help you stay calm and make good decisions. Next time you're feeling like your amygdala is taking charge, try to focus on your breathing and listen to the sounds around you, just for a little bit. And it'll help calm your brain down. Even if it's this much, you'll be calmer by this much. Here's your daily challenge for this lesson, okay? Once a day, do 1 minute, 1 whole minute of mindful breathing where you pay attention to your breath. Or you can listen to calming music before doing something that requires you to focus and pay attention. My suggestion would be doing this before you come to school in the morning or the afternoon. Do a minute of mindful breathing or listen to calming music before you come to school to help your brain get into focus mode. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. Practice those mindful breaths, and next time I will play that tone again, and we'll see if you've been practicing calming and focusing. See you next time. Bye.